Well, hello YouTube, it's me, Fortmaster, and welcome back to another Tomska and Friends reaction. So the last video I reacted to was Tomska basically making a tier list of movies that were based on memes. And I had a fun time watching that movie. It unfortunately didn't do that well, so I thought, we'll just leave it. That'll be just one of those one-off videos I do. Similarly though, for Tomska, the video did very well, so he's now put out this video. I suffered through 9 more movies adapted from memes. And well, I mean, I got a couple of requests, not on my Discord server, but on YouTube comments asking me to watch it again. And honestly, again, I didn't know there were, again, like, I was surprised in the first video that there were 8 movies based off memes. The fact that there's more? I mean, I'm honestly very intrigued. I'm honestly very curious as to what these are, and I definitely want to see, you know, how good they are. Are they just more, you know, garbage, tripe, or are there actually some diamonds in the rough? I honestly don't know, and I'm here to find out. So yeah, I mean, I honestly don't have anything else to say, so let's get this thing started. So yeah, of course, as always, original videos linked in the description if you haven't seen it for some reason. Corner video will lead to my Let's Play of the day. And if you like this video or any other video that I make, I'd very much appreciate it if you gave the video a like and subscribe to my channel, because almost 3/4 of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribed, and I'd very much like that to change, because I'm trying to see how close to 7,000 subscribers I can get before the end of the year. But yeah, with all that out of the way, let's get this thing started then, shall we?
This video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN.
Still?
Hey you, before we start the video, I want to say that I'll be at MCM Comic Con London, October 24th to the 26th. As always, photos, autographs, and all that stuff are free, and for sale we've got pins, posters, games, and t-shirts, including this new juice that makes your head explode design. You can find me and our table in the North Hall across from the N7 door, except for Saturday at 4 PM when I'll be on the creator stage doing something. Hope to see you there.
It's Tomska and Friends, Tomska and Friends, Tomska and Friends, Tomska and Friends.
Hey you, my name is Thomas Tomska Ridgewell, and despite everything, I still love memes. Today I'm going to be ranking and reviewing 9 more movies adapted from internet memes, because the masochist in me just loves being in pain, and the sadist in me loves inflicting that pain upon you.
Wonderful.
Lucky for us. In the last video, I broke down 8 movies adapted from memes, while somehow not breaking down mentally, because they're mostly bad.
Top 10 reasons why Dawson from Dawson's Creek is a little bitch boy.
You don't need to watch that video before watching this one, but so far I have suffered through Afro Ninja Destiny, The Charlie Challenge, Dear David, Dog Poop Girl, Badass, Fred the Movie, Grumpy Cat's Worst Christmas Ever, and How the Hamsters Saved Winter. Nary a banger among them, although some had their moments.
God, out of all of those, I had completely forgotten that there was the Hamsters movie. God.
So in the last video, I said that Fred in Fred the Movie probably wasn't Fred enough for Fred fans, and the Fred fans showed up and respectfully disagreed, so I shall humbly take this L and bump up Fred to D tier. One improvement.
Yay! From failing to still failing.
Happy now? Also, at the start of part 1, I said I'd watched 15 meme movies, which was true at the time, and then you sick freaks made me aware of even more movies, and now that number is 23 and counting.
Oh god.
I just wanted to make a silly video, and now I've got a silly series. The same rules apply to this video as did the last. I'm not looking at documentaries about memes, I'm not looking at YouTuber movies, I'm not looking at viral news stories or shorts that got adapted into movies, and I'm not looking at movies that are simply popular in meme culture and resulted in a lot of memes. I'm just looking at movies that exist because someone saw something on the internet and said, yeah, I'm gonna make a movie out of that. So, without further ado, let's get back to ranking and reviewing every meme movie and answering the question, are any of them good?
Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere.
In 2005, an 8 beers deep Christian Snyder told a bartender,
You look like a gummy bear.
I'm sorry, there's a Gummy Bear movie? God, okay. I mean, God, Gummy Bears is like one of those things where it's like, I remember it for, you know, the original song, And then I remember, there was a big fuss when, that they were making, like, when they released, like, a new song or something, like, earlier this year or something. What? They made a movie off of a ringtone?
When she protested, he changed gears and said,
I am your gummy bear.
and then immediately ran outside to record a song idea onto his dictaphone.
Da 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 da.
Also, he had a dictaphone? You see, following the massive success of that nasty little balls-out freak Crazy Frog a couple of years earlier, the Europop industry was desperate for another fucked up little guy to sling ringtones.
God, the days when you can make money selling ringtones. Man, what an era. Now, you can just, like, put any MP3 on your phone and that's your ringtone.
And Christian knew that he had just cracked it.
Ladies can be very creative by saying no.
Yeah. By July 2006, while I was busy taking this photograph, Christian had developed his gummy bear idea into a full song, with his son providing vocals, and had commissioned a 30-second music video, which he then posted to his YouTube channel. The video immediately did fine. It was released in German, and over the past 19 years has racked up 1.7 million views.
I had no idea Gummy Bear was originally German. Okay.
Not bad. However, it would be 1 year later, while I was busy taking this photo, that Christian would release the song in English, and with it, a full music video.
Oh, I'm a gummy bear. Yes, I'm a gummy bear.
Now look, when I was first putting this video together, I really struggled to view Gummy Bear as a meme. It's not really something that's crossed my path that often. I give it a 2 out of 10, and it doesn't really seem to have much of a foothold in meme culture, but it was by far the most requested thing for me to talk about, and honestly, you just can't argue with 3.5 billion views.
God, all I have to think of, like, over the years, how much ad revenue is that pulled in? God.
In short, the Gummy Bear brand became quite a big thing, and in November of 2012, while I was busy taking this photo, they released the Yummy Gummy Search for Santa. Now, the first thing that confuses me about this movie is that while Gummy Bear looks like a schlubby middle-aged alcoholic, arse and titties out with a 5 o'clock shadow, he sounds like a child.
Oh, presents. I love presents.
His singing voice being this way, I can get behind. That's while he's at work. But you really expect me to believe that this fucking guy doesn't sound like the arse end of a Weatherspoons?
Come on, England!
I'm just...
Yeah, it's one of those things, like, you have something, or you have the knowledge of something for so long, you don't really, like, think that much about it, but, like, yeah, he, fat, 5 o'clock shadow, yeah, I never even considered that. Just in his underwear. Why have him set up as a child?
Just not buying it. Gummy lives in the middle of nowhere with a vampire bat, a cowardly lizard, and an incredibly fuckable cat. It's Christmas Eve, and Gummy is having a nightmare that while delivering presents and getting body shamed by his moose,
Maybe it's time to switch to non-fat milk.
Santa gets crushed to death under their Christmas tree. But don't worry, it's just a bad dream, and it's revealed that Santa is flying through the night sky completely fine. So, to be clear, it is very much Christmas Eve, right? Because the next morning, the gang awake, and it is decidedly not Christmas Day, and they get the news that Santa has gone missing.
Okay. Or, I could see the logic of Santa, like, just doing test runs. And, it being December, you could, dream of Santa and stuff like that, but... Okay, yeah, okay.
The gang hop in a plane, attempt to 9/11 the North Pole, and then Gummy introduces himself with his sultry little song.
I'm a gummy bear. Yes, I'm a gummy bear.
Do they play the whole thing? No, because they are cowards. It does make the elves twerk, though. The elves recognize Gummy from the internet.
That famous dancing green confectionery from the internet.
So he's canonically actually made out of candy. Okay.
Which is kind of hard not to do, given that he just did the one thing he is known for. And he tells them,
What you guys need to do is get back into the toy shop and start making toys!
Yes.
because they don't actually want to find Santa Claus, they just want to enforce the status quo. And slave labor.
Wait, then where's Santa? What happened to him?
Anyway, after finding Santa's moose stranded on a tropical island, despite the fact that we know they can fly, the gang locates Santa using moose radar.
Moose radar. Okay. Sure.
Yeah. Santa's fine, by the way, but he is under the spell of an alien who has a magic wand. It's a magic alien. Okay. Naturally, Gummy challenges the alien to a dance-off and plays his Nookie Nookie song, which I have been assured is not in any way a euphemism. It's just what Germans call their dummies.
I'm generally curious. When it comes to the Gummy Bear, I've only ever heard that the one original song and the one remake. How many songs does Gummy Bear actually have? Okay, not that many on here. But this is apparently not the official channel. God, yeah, okay, there's a lot more Gummy Bear videos here than I was initially aware. Wow, okay. I'm genuinely scared now.
That's fine, you see. Ignore the fact that we sell these I did it all for the Nookie t-shirts. Sure, Jan. Long story short, they teach the alien right from wrong, save Santa, get the elves back to slaving, and the cat's incredibly fuckable. They get home, Gummy has a mental breakdown because his good deed isn't immediately rewarded with a horde of presents, comes close to learning selflessness, and then finds that the presents were actually just stuck in the chimney and learns nothing. The movie gets a 3 out of 10 from me because it's pretty harmless and the cat's incredibly fuckable, and the incorporation gets a 6 out of 10 because the Gummy Bear is there and he sings his little songs. I just can't get over the decision, though, to play off this guy as a lovable child and not Danny DeVito.
I just met Danny DeVito playing the voice and just sped up. God, that'd be beautiful.
C tier. What do you mean they're releasing another movie next year?
Wait, theatrical? What?
And now, a word from our sponsor.
Oh god, how are they going to mess this up? Okay, so I know like 90% of the time I cut out, video sponsorships and stuff like that. And the reason I do it is because, most of the time the sponsorships are they're so boring. They're literally just ads. Tomska... I like Tomska's because it gets to the point where he tries to get fired and he just will not. Surfshark will not fire him, so I want to see what he does here.
Oh, no babies allowed.
What? I'm not a baby.
Yeah. All right, little fella. Off you go.
I'm a fully grown man. I have a beard.
Far be it from me to body shame a hairy baby.
I want a word with your manager.
Oh, your first word?
No! This is getting really annoying.
Well, maybe it's time you took a little nappy nap.
Look, okay. How can I prove I'm not a baby?
Oh, well, just let me see your ID.
Oh, well, that seems pretty reasonable.
Well, yeah, I mean, I might make a copy of it, of course. I also might sell it. Might even just lose it, honestly.
What?
Yeah, might also add you to a list of people who like to visit perverse establishments such as this.
This is a library.
Yeah, well, I don't know what kind of salacious information you might be on the prowl for, do I?
What kind of library is this? Why is there a rave happening in the library?
Why? Maybe it's this.
That's a dictionary.
Breasts.
This is ridiculous. I'm going.
Okay, honestly, future me, remember to clip that one clip right there.
Right, I said no babies allowed.
Those were babies.
They weren't babies. They were French.
Well, it's a good job that I went to surfshark.com/TomskaFriends and used the promo code TomskaFriends to get my Surfshark subscription with 4 months extra for free.
Oh, bonjour, monsieur. Please come in.
Do it, attendez bien.
Mercy.
Now, what the fuck is a clitoris?
Okay, I mean, out of all of the Surfshark ads I've seen Tomska do, not the most out there.
In 2016, entrepreneur and actress Jennifer Murphy made a silly little song about wanting to be a ninja, which she performed at a party to promote her line of wall beds. Allegedly inspired by Ryan Heeger's 2007
Ninja song. What?
video How to Be Ninja, the song told the story of Jennifer seeking to become a ninja to defeat the evil Chow, a character apparently inspired by her friend Peter's impression of Mr. Chow from the Hangover movies.
I want my purse back.
Murphy is a good singer, and the song is pretty damn catchy, but, well...
I want to be ninja.
Oh no. That's this song? Oh God. No. You're white. How tone deaf do you have to be?
It's pretty fucking racist. Between the stereotypical Asian accents, the omission of words to sound more like broken English, and the fact that Jennifer seemingly doesn't know the difference between China and Japan, I'd say this one errs more on the side of cultural appropriation than appreciation.
Oh no. Okay, the fact that she did okay, when was this meme a thing? Let me just double check. Wait, this is from 2021? Did Tomska say that? Okay. Oh no, I can only think of one of two reasons how she thought this would be okay. Either she is incredibly stupid or she's incredibly racist. Oh God.
Also, it really didn't help that she performed the song in front of a palpably uncomfortable Chinese woman who she had met that evening.
Chop, chop, chop chow down. Take chow down to Chinatown.
Oh God, I hate this. I hate all of this. Oh God.
Brutal. Also, it just adds a certain something special that someone loudly quotes Rob Schneider at the end of the song before they play Everybody Was Kung Fu Fighting.
You can do it!
The vibes in that room are just awful. But I'm not going to come at this from a position of moral superiority. If this song had come out in the noughties, teen me would have eaten that shit up. It gets...
Yeah, because it was a very different age of... the internet, and there's a good chance that people would have, liked it ironically. This was 4 years ago. Oh.
It's a 2 out of 10 from me now because it's pretty fucking racist, but at least quite catchy. But man, teen me, 7 out of 10. I would have been forming a webcam montage of myself doing ninja shit to it in a heartbeat. In the era of Flash animations, early YouTube, and all things Trey Parker and Matt Stone, this song would have slot right in unnoticeable. Here's the kind of stuff I was up to when I was a teenager.
Aw, snap, cracker. I'll just pop a cap in your ass.
Not great. So what did J Murphs have to say about it?
I'm blind. Sorry, I don't know all of the geographical facts.
Of course, she said with a glass of wine in her hand and probably a bottle's worth in her stomach. Oh, wonderful.
Cheers to Asians.
As an aside, I just love the fact that she has a magazine dedicated to empowering women, and then when she gets any pushback, she just says, "I'm just a dumb, stupid blonde." Good work. But Jennifer did take the video down, offered a non-apology on Facebook, which kind of had the vibe of, why is everyone calling me racist? I literally eat Chinese food, and the world steadily moved on. That was until 5 years later when she re-uploaded the video, it became a massive meme on TikTok, and then she double, triple, quadrupled down on it, all the way into adapting it into a movie starring herself.
Oh, no. I mean, what's worse? Somebody making a movie off a meme that they have no idea, like, what made it funny or stuff like that, or someone who made the movie of a meme they made themselves, it just wasn't funny to begin with. Oh, God. This entire thing is just like one big sour candy. I can feel myself just slowly imploding.
The movie starts by letting us know that ninjas are actually originally, technically, from China, so it's not racist to mix them up. Checkmate, wokies. Then Jennifer starts talking directly to us about her life.
I even had a pony. I wrote her every day.
Manages to name drop Donald Trump, who she really seems to love, and then starts crying about her struggles before telling us that all of this made her need to become a ninja.
I started to see a vision.
I'm sorry. What? Huh? What is this movie? Is it supposed to be like based on like a mockumentary, fake documentary sort of deal, or like what is happening?
A character, a ninja.
Huh? Then the movie actually begins, and yeah, it's fucking dog shit.
Press here for a good time? I love a good time.
At least every other movie in this list had the decency to plug in a microphone.
I love the greatest.
Excuse me?
I didn't know this movie existed when I released the first half of this video, so when I said, can it get any worse? I knew the answer. It was no, and I was wrong. So, thank you for that. The basic plot is that you've got a child reading a staggeringly ugly comic book, which is still preferable to AI art, to be clear, that tells the story of Jennifer, a superhero girl boss CEO.
I'm Go Girl, a superhero on a mission to spread smiles.
And the evil social media influencer Chow, who wants to thwart her at every turn and stop her from spreading joy and succeeding at business.
Go Girl, you're going down.
But don't worry if you missed the incredibly subtle subtext there, because she will end the movie with clips of Asian creators rightly calling her out, and then counter them with footage of Elon Musk and other podcasters defending comedy. Is she out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong.
Oh, God, okay. So, yeah, the right can't meme, okay. Oh, God. Okay. Does it get worse? How much longer is this segment? Oh, God, we're still got a quarter left.
There's really not much to say about the plot of this movie. Not only is it kind of covered in the original song, but also each scene only serves to awkwardly shoehorn in another one of Jennifer's business ventures. Did you know she has a podcast? Did you know she has a magazine? Did you know she has a game? It's not really a movie, it's a fucking showreel.
We're going to make everything. T-shirts, Go Girl hats, handbags, maybe even a video game.
The only thing I kind of liked about this movie is a scene where Fiona Guo, the woman from the video, shows up, smacks Jennifer in the ass, and then they make up and go for dim sum. It's the closest thing we get to any acknowledgement of her actions and a shred of self-awareness.
My butt hurts.
I can't keep pausing, otherwise this reaction's going to be an hour. It's going to be 2 hours long.
Look, I don't want to be getting political here. This is a video about fucking meme movies, okay? I am aware of that, but all art is political. Even Crazy Frog said fuck the police. And as much as Jennifer claims to be a source of just positivity and joy and comedy, she gives the game away when she tweets this movie at Elon Musk saying that she's fighting back against the woke mob and that it features Trump in a positive light.
Notice me, senpai.
This movie exists simply to be another pawn in the culture war. It doesn't matter that it's unwatchable slop. You've got to support it because the people on the other side hate it, apparently. They're so mad about it, you see. And if you don't support it and give Jennifer your money, the other people are going to win. And we can't have that. It's just grift shit. And honestly, if you just made a better movie, you wouldn't have to be doing this, Jenny.
And we're going to make so much money.
1 out of 10 movie, 3 out of 10 incorporation, F tier. Now, let's talk about some real art.
That's my name.
Bane posting.
In 2012, the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy came to a close with The Dark Knight Rises, featuring a performance from Tom Hardy that was as iconic as it was ripe for parody.
I'm a gay robot.
I don't sound like that. Oh my God, I do sound like that. And much like they've done with the Joker performance 4 years earlier, the internet proceeded to milk it dry. And unfortunately, for you, that's not the only thing getting milked dry in this segment.
Bane posting. I don't remember this move. I don't remember this meme. I mean, granted, you know, I obviously remember people making the meme, so I guess that literally was just... I mean, of course I remember people, you know, like, mocking and, you know, copying the voice, but I didn't realize that was the whole thing. Okay. Honestly, the only thing that reminds me of is the, oh god, I forget who made the skit. It was the one skit where it's like, oh, Batman doesn't use guns, but he doesn't actually know what guns are.
What happened to no guns? This is a gun?
Okay, I'm going to take this off now because it's really fucking hot. God, that is so fucking hot. The meme, which quickly became known as Bane posting, involved parodying Hardy's dialogue and deliveries, especially from the film's opening scene between Bane and an unnamed CIA operative.
You're a big guy.
For you.
Essentially, if you ever did a silly impression of Bane, you were a Bane-pilled Bane poster.
It makes sense not to crash this plane, cause I've got a bigger one and my name is Bane.
Bane posting made it so far and wide across the internet that in the 2014 Brazzers adult film Nocturnal Activities, this happened.
Nobody cared who I was till I put on the mask.
The internet appreciated this reference, and so the following year, director Dick Bush reached out to 4chan and asked if there were any other memes he should incorporate into his next cinematic masterpiece. Dick Bush, as it turns out, has made a few pornographic-themed memes that may have crossed your feed over the years.
Computer, generate 80-foot-tall version of Daisy Ridley circa 2019 with a full bladder.
And he's also the guy that made
Okay, never heard of that one before.
Call of Duty, the porn that was filmed on the exact same location as Sniper Pug. I'm starting to like this guy.
Okay. So we have this guy whose whole shtick is making porn movies with internet memes in them. Okay. Honestly, again, like I had no idea where these movies were going to go. Okay.
Anyway, 2 months later, Meme Lover, aka Meet the Banes, was unleashed onto the world. A 30-minute porno full of memes, but most notably, rife with Bane posting. And I watched the whole thing with a notebook in one hand and in the other, a pen to write the notes. Obviously. The movie starts with our Rizzless protagonist introducing a girl to his parents. They're both dressed as Bane and both doing the exact same Bane impression. And honestly, the decision to have every single Bane voice in this movie done by the same person, that of Sir Bush, honestly hilarious. It gets me every time.
Nonsense! You must stay for dinner. Isn't that right, dear? Yes, indeed.
They say the...
Oh no.
Thing.
Nobody cared who I was till I put on the mask.
Shoehorn in some other memes.
One does not simply take cock in the ass.
And after some fatherly advice, our protagonist finally decides to follow in his family's footsteps and put on the mask, which immediately gets him laid.
You know, out of all the things that I could have learned existed, a Bane, not even just a Bane-based porno, a Bane meme-based porno was not something I thought I mean, granted, you know, it's the internet, you know, typewriters and monkeys and all that, but still, God, that's weird.
Let the games begin.
And then everything becomes a fairly standard porno, and I can't show you any of it. Which is a shame, because his penis also wears a tiny little Bane mask. It doesn't do the voice, though, which is a shame. Points off for that.
Let the BJ begin.
They sprinkle in some other memes throughout the scene.
Now this is pod racing.
With the money shot even being preceded by a very timely over 9,000.
How high is it?
It's over 9,000!
And then the family all settle down for dinner together.
Lol, internets.
Absolute cinema. The movie gets a 3 out of 10 from me because, as a porn, which it is for 80% of its runtime, it's not great. I much prefer the sequel.
I didn't like it. I thought it was cringy.
The incorporation, though, 8 out of 10. I already had a soft spot for Bane impressions, but God, it made me laugh, and I really appreciate the total commitment to the bit.
And the fact that literally you just sound like that, like the same guy whenever you put on the mask. That's honestly brilliant. I love that.
B tier. Yeah, that's right, all you other things. You were beaten by a pawn.
I'd like to speak to the manager.
There was a
In
Karen
2007,
movie?
fashion designer and pop singer Victoria Beckham, aka Posh Spice, debuted this haircut, an asymmetrical layered bob with a sweeping fringe, causing it to explode in popularity, especially with white middle-class women. Perhaps most notably, Kate Goslin of the reality show John and Kate Plus 8. By 2014, the hairstyle, now often even nicknamed the Goslin, had become synonymous with a certain brand of easy-to-hate suburbanite women, and this meme, quickly followed by this meme using a photograph of Goslin, forever associated the trope of this hairstyle with hostile, dislikable ladies. Another few years later, in 2017, a Redditor described his horrible ex-wife, who very much fit a lot of these tropes, who had divorced him and taken the kids. Her name? Karen. And in his honor, a subreddit titled Fuck You Karen would be created, dedicated to memes about this life-ruining boogie woman and others like her.
God, you know, that is one of those things that it's not just memes, but I love learning just in general. It's how, like, these things that we just take for granted, you know, like, oh, the meme of, you know, the Karen, something so simple, is the fact that it doesn't come from just a single, like, location or time. It comes from so many different sources that just came together into, like, this one beautiful thing. Oh, you gotta love it.
The photograph they used for that subreddit? Goslin. So, with the name Karen now also associated with this flavor of white, privileged, and often combative women, when videos like this started hitting the net in 2020, often showing middle-class, middle-aged ladies calling the police on racial minorities over minor to non-existent disturbances, the internet instinctively knew exactly what to call her.
Karen's.
Karen.
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 Karen. Karen.
Karen.
Karen.
And then Coke Daniels made a really shitty movie called Karen.
So, Karen is a Karen.
Taryn Manning, most notable for playing Pennsatucky in Orange is the New Black and appearing in this scene of the 2021 movie Last Call, stars as Karen. Immediately, it's a bit of a visual deviation from the Karens we're used to, but I'll let it pass. The movie starts with Karen erasing a Black Lives Matter mural, nicely establishing her rancid vibes, and then introduces us to Amani and Malik, a black couple moving into a predominantly white neighborhood next door to our titular villain, Karen. As expected...
Oh god, they move in right next to her? Oh no, oh god.
Karen engages in plenty of microaggressions and throws her privilege around. She gets some black guys kicked out of a restaurant, she tries to enforce the homeowners association code, that sort of stuff. So, they get the meme at least. From the very start of this movie, the couple have their hackles up because they're...
I swear, you... God. I honestly, like... I mean, granted, you know, HOAs aren't so much a thing up here in Canada, at least not that I'm aware of, but, like... I swear, I would never move into an HOA. I have heard literally nothing but bad things about them, like, ever.
Expecting to encounter racism, and what this movie does is it has them encounter racism immediately. It vaguely tries to keep us guessing over Karen's intentions for a few moments, and probably could have done something interesting with that if they'd followed through, but, nope. She's just got racism soap. Karen...
I'm sorry. A Confederacy soap dispenser? Oh, God. Oh. How much of a loser do you have to be?
Flip-flops between explicit and implicit racism, which is kind of unnecessary given that the mask is immediately removed anyway. The characters just give her endless chances and infinite benefit of the doubt, seemingly just to tee up another scene where she'll do something racist and everyone goes, what? Who could have seen that coming?
You people are very angry.
You people.
This movie has all of the subtlety of a Darman video about a Karen, which obviously exists. Every single time Karen does a racism, we get evil music because God forbid we trust the audience to have an ounce of media literacy. I really don't want to sound like an anti-SJW here, but this movie is trying so hard to be progressive that it actually comes off as mean-spirited and satirical.
You are a strong, intelligent, and woke black man.
It's like if the spoof genre was still a thing and someone made woke movie.
Oh god, I can see it. Oh no. Oh god, I'm happy the spoof genre died.
A strong, beautiful black woman.
I'm not black, which may surprise some of you, but I can't really speak for the lived experience of black people in America, but I'm pretty sure they don't sit around saying Black Lives Matter at each other like it's some hot take.
Black lives matter.
I think they already know that. What frustrates me is that this movie could have said something. It could have made a statement on the ineffectiveness of liberal civility in the face of systemic issues. Have Karen say something explicitly racist like, I hate blacks, and then have someone else correct her by saying,
It's African American.
That's a good bit. You can have it. Have that bit. Please. One creative choice that genuinely baffles me is that we have multiple scenes where Karen gets humanized and her racism is almost framed as being justified, including a scene where we learn that she is only racist because her husband was violently murdered by a black person.
Okay, I am honestly, I'm genuinely confused here. Like, who made this movie? And what are their political leanings? Because I'm honestly, like, confused what's happening here.
He was one of 3 officers killed by that black vigilante.
Why? One of the reasons racism is bad is that it's unfounded, right? But they make Karen's racism a response. It's not the result of a prejudiced system that she inhabits, but a reaction to trauma.
I'm actually black. I'm actually really scared.
Are we trying to imply here that if someone is racist, it might just be because of the actions of a person of color? That they brought racism about on themselves? Because that seems like something a racist might say.
You know what, I'm not going to say anything, I refer you back to my previous statement.
This movie wants to be smart. It wants to be Get Out. In fact, when the trailer for it came out and people clowned on it saying it looked like a knockoff of Get Out, the director took it as a compliment. My guy. Anyway, at the end of the movie, they kill Karen and solve racism. Hooray!
Okay.
Karen gets a 5 out of 10 from me. I'm fairly neutral towards it. I do feel like it got a little overused, though, to the point that anyone advocating for themselves and their rights as a customer was getting labeled as a Karen, which I would argue only serves to benefit the corporations. The movie, 3 out of 10. The incorporation, 6 out of 10. They definitely hit a lot of the relevant Karen beats, but I just wish the film wasn't so invested in pandering.
Okay.
C-tier. Hey, did someone say panda?
I'd like to speak to the manager.
What? I'm sorry, what? Wait, I thought we were doing Sneezing Panda. Why is Karen here again?
Okay, really thought we were going to do Sneezing Baby Panda next. Probably wouldn't have done the whole pandering line if I didn't think I was setting that up. But if Karen sucked ass, Amityville Karen is the tail end of a human centipede of ass sucking.
I hate you, Karen!
Lauren Francesca.
Oh no. I can just tell. It's not even, it's like one of those ultra low budget movies. Oh god.
Most notable for playing Lady Gaga in this Key of Awesome video, and also appearing in this scene of the 2021 movie Last Call, stars as Karen. And immediately, this isn't a Karen. This is a Becky at best. Becky, of course, being the prevolution of Karen, before her final form of Susan. Amityville Karen takes place somewhere that isn't Amityville, where Karen plays a compliance officer who terrorizes local businesses to make sure they all follow strict guidelines.
When I walk in there and just shut it all down.
And while shaking down a local winery, she steals and drinks a bottle of wine. But wait, the wine is from Amityville, and now she's possessed or something?
Your belly is big and pregnant from the juices of my grapes.
Okay, her being possessed doesn't really seem to make much of a difference. She was an awful person beforehand, and now she's still awful, but just also sometimes kills people. This movie doesn't seem to really know what a Karen is. Yes, it has her speak to the manager and be racist, but mostly she's just a naughty child with a literal checklist of mischievous deeds to complete.
Wait, what?
Prank call neighbor.
Okay.
Wait, literal okay.
Let's just get this out of the way. This movie looks bad, sounds bad, and the script doesn't exist.
Oh no, I shit myself!
If I had to guess, I would say the actors were given a vague premise of the scene roughly 10 seconds before the camera started rolling, and then they just improvised each other for a few minutes while the camera drunkenly sways around them. And that's the whole movie. I've said before that some of these meme movies are shot and acted like the intro to a porno, but none more so than this.
Are you saying this is more like a porno than the literal porno you just watched?
Nice, quick, and deep.
Even the people in this movie that can act, who are few and far between, struggle to stay afloat under these conditions. Filmed in 5 days, you say? Yeah, that tracks.
You know, honestly, I think that's overestimating. I think this was filmed in like 2.
Oh, also, how long do certain scenes have to go on for before you accept that they are definitely the director's fetish? Keep that shit to yourself, brother. As for the horror element of this horror movie...
Die!
Yeah, obviously, that doesn't exist.
Oh god, I mean... I say this as somebody who honestly does not enjoy editing. Like, it's my least favorite part of the video making process. But like, how hard is it to make sure that to line up the sound of the stab happening with the action? Like, who cares if it's the cartoony stab sound? Make sure it actually happens when it's supposed to happen.
Most of the rambling scenes lead up to Karen arriving and starting to kill someone before cutting away to the next dollop of footage.
Nothing making. Look at.
Actually showing her kill someone would require special effects and any sort of planning, so fuck it. You've got ketchup on you, you're dead now. After the director of this movie saves the day and kills Karen,
Take this, you wine cunt!
we get to enjoy 10 minutes of people who helped fund this movie improvising their reactions to the events of the movie as news anchors and vloggers. And it's very, very clear that none of them were properly explained the premise of the movie before recording their scenes, because they all say it happens in Amityville, and it does not.
In Amityville, New York.
Something's up with Amityville. Body after body found down at a local winery in Amityville.
They just got given the title and were told to improv.
Okay, so wait. Oh yeah, so you actually... Oh god, it's a $200 associate producer credit, $500, be a vlogger in the film, be a newscaster, film with Sean C. Crazy death scene in the film, star in the film, have a major role in the film. What was the what was the production budget of this movie? Like $3,000?
Each of these people paid between $200 and $350 for this privilege, and honestly, I think that's fantastic. In a world of corporate greed and cultural stagnation, seeing people use their money to directly fund independent artists is a rare joy to behold. God bless backers. 1 out of 10 movies.
God, yes. God bless backers.
Movie though, it really, really fucking sucks. And 3 out of 10 incorporation because it barely seems to even know what a Karen is. F tier. What's next? And can it please involve a panda?
I'd like to speak.
There's more?
To the manager.
Ah! No, God, please! Please, God, stop! The 1843 Charles Dickens novella A Christmas Carol tells the story of Ebenezer Scrooge, a misanthropic, power-abusing blight on his community who, after being visited by 3 ghosts on Christmas Eve, rethinks his miserly ways and becomes a better, kinder, more generous person. So, how do you modernize a privileged, child-hating societal scourge like Scrooge? You make him a Karen. That's right, baby, it's a Christmas Karen. And I gotta be honest with you, I didn't get the pun until like halfway through the movie.
Christmas Karen. Christmas Carol. Okay, I get it now. Okay, I'm up to speed.
which is embarrassing for me. Michelle Sims, most notable for playing oversharing mum in this car advert and not being in this scene of the 2021 movie Last Call, at least that we know of, stars as Karen. And immediately, yeah, this is Karen. I'm not going to bury the lead here. I have a real soft spot for this movie. Much like Grumpy Cat's worst Christmas ever, it knows exactly what it is and it fully commits to the bit. Is it a good movie? Not really, but there is a lot I enjoyed, and honestly, after the first two Karens, my standards are very, very low.
Why is it seemingly, at least from what I'm remembering of the Grumpy Cat movie in the first video, why is it that seemingly the Christmas meme movies are the ones that actually are comparably good, at least, compared to other meme movies?
This movie begins with Karen shutting down a child's hot chockey stand, based on a real Karen incident, unfortunately, and this kills the fucking child. But I'm getting ahead of the plot. Karen...
What, did she die of grief? Did she run out into the road afterwards? How'd that kill her?
Karen generally does a lot of very Karen-y things. She speaks to the manager, does a racism, runs over a child, and is generally a massive piece of shit.
You scratched my car!
They get Karen. Then, of course, she is visited by the ghost of her former business associate who warns her that she's going to be visited by 3 ghosts in the night and blah, blah, blah. If you don't know the premise of A Christmas Carol by now, that is your problem, not mine. The Muppets are right there.
Honestly, again, the fact... Again, I gotta agree with what Tomska said before. Making a modern version of, A Christmas Carol and having the Scrooge in this case be a Karen... Honestly, that is very brilliant.
Promise the ghosts show up, reveal the dark truth of Karen's past, present, and future, and we also learn that the little girl who Karen shut down the hot chockey stand of has cancer. Specifically leukemia, my favorite one.
Leukemia. I didn't know that.
And now she's fucking dead. So good job, Karen. You killed Tiny Tim. Karen wakes up on Christmas morning realizing the error of her ways and proceeds to have what I can only truly describe as a manic episode.
Merry Christmas, everyone! Even the Muslims!
They're trying to play this off as her becoming a better and more generous person, but the speed and intensity in which she turns her life around really plays more like mania.
Thinking about the original Christmas Carol, the fact that, how do you think everybody else reacted to Scrooge changing? He's this, old, miserly, penny-pinching, greedy old man, and then just one day, there's just a flip is switched, after which, he's, this generous, caring, honestly, thinking back, the Jim Carrey Christmas Carol movie where it plays a scene after when he first wakes up and he says Merry Christmas to the maid and she runs away screaming in terror, I think is honestly very accurate.
I heard Neo wanted a skateboard. This bad boy.
She is going to wake up on Boxing Day and immediately take back everything she said and did. This is not a changed person. This is someone who has lost it temporarily.
I don't know anything.
The performances are campy but endearing, the special effects are surprisingly competent, and most importantly, the movie gets the meme. 4 out of 10 for the movie, but 8 out of 10 for the incorporation. B tier.
Okay, what do you know? Again, out of the four movies we have at B tier, 2 of them are Christmas movies. Okay. Maybe that's just it. Maybe the hamster movie would have been better if they actually called it a Christmas movie instead of It Saved Winter. Again, that's weird.
Now, can we please see the fucking panda?
Oh, okay, finally.
Finally! Right. In the late 1990s, documentary filmmakers Leslie Hammond and Jenny Walsh were at the Wolong Panda Reading Center in Sichuan, China, and while they're casually getting footage of a giant panda mother neglecting its young, the baby panda let out a yelp for attention that startled its careless caregiver. The moment would be included in Hammond and Walsh's 1999 documentary, Little Pandas, The New Breed, and while seemingly adorable, it would go completely under the radar until it was freebooted online in 2006. Weirdly, despite the clip already being on YouTube for a few months, it would take someone ripping that, uploading it to a porn site, and then that version getting ripped back to YouTube before it would go monumentally viral.
God, it's funny how memes work that sometimes.
Sneezing baby panda, despite it not being a sneeze, would become one of the first legendarily viral videos. Not only was it ripe for reinterpretation and memification, but it was also wholly inoffensive and therefore primed to be shared by both youngs and olds alike. Just as long as grandma doesn't type in the URL burned into the video,
Oh God, no.
that is. After a few years of viral fame, the freebooting would finally be discovered by Hammond and Walsh, who would immediately begin capitalizing on the popularity of their footage, officially licensing it and even uploading a high-definition version themselves. As high definition as footage filmed in 1998 can be. It was also around this time that they began forming the idea of adapting the meme and the mountains of panda footage they had into a feature-length narrative movie. So naturally, it wouldn't come out until 2014.
Of course! Just speedily, like, straight to the presses, eh? But what do you mean they're using their old pre-recorded footage for this? How?
Sneezing Baby Panda, the movie, follows the story of Marnie, a zoologist who sees the Sneezing Baby Panda clip and realizes the only way to save the failing zoo she works at is to get that damn panda. And honestly, I can't knock the plan. I would go to a zoo if it had a meme animal in it. Harambe, Mudeng, that one pufferfish I keep having weird sex dreams about.
I mean, I was literally going to say Mudeng because, like, again, like apparently, like the zoo that it's that she's based at is like made bank selling this Mudeng merch.
Naturally, she travels to China to find the panda. Now, does she speak the language? No, but has she printed out a photo of the panda to show to random Chinese people? Yes. It's a flawless plan. Somehow, surprisingly, she does manage to find the panda in a scene I can only describe as uncomfortably romantic. Meanwhile, the rest of the world has gone panda mad, and multiple governments, including the UN, are converging on China with the belief that getting this panda will somehow fix everything, including their economies.
Okay, I mean, I could get behind, the first part of the plot where, trying to save a failing zoo, get a famous meme animal. Okay, I can get behind that. How? It's the second part where everything starts falling apart rather quickly. What?
Yeah. At this point, it's worth noting that like half of this movie is comprised of Hammond and Walsh's pre-existing footage of pandas just pandering about the place, only narrated by the sneezing baby panda.
That's me, 5 weeks old. And that's my mom, Mau Mau.
And you might be thinking that they just hired an actor to pretend to be the sneezing baby panda, but that would be lying, and I'm pretty sure that's a crime. Also, I just want to give a shout out to some of the absolutely insane shots in this movie. 0 notes.
Okay, maybe I'm gonna have to try to find this movie one day just to figure out what's going on with it. What do you mean it's narrated by the panda itself? Okay. I'm sorry, I swear, this entire reaction, I just felt like I've just been in a constant state of bewilderment.
Anyway, Marnie gets the panda back to Australia, saves the zoo, and everything is fine. I mean, the zoo does temporarily catch on fire, but then Marnie prays to God and he puts the fire out. So it's fine. Sneezing Baby Panda was a classic middle-of-the-road meme for me, a 5 out of 10. The movie, while wholly inoffensive, gets a 3 out of 10 because the pandas just won't stop farting. And the incorporation also gets a 5 out of 10 because, hey, it's their footage, they can do what they want with it. D tier.
Okay, Rage Comics? Have movies based on Rage Comics? What?
In 2008, a comic would be posted to 4chan depicting the oh-so-relatable moment when you receive Poseidon's Kiss, which is when the toilet water splashes up at your butthole after the poopy hits it.
Wait, I'm sorry, that was the first Rage comic? Seriously? I remember seeing this! Wow, okay.
This seminal piece of high art would be the first of what would become known as Rage Comics. As is the way with 4chan, anonymous users would contribute their own crudely drawn comics depicting often relatable scenarios leading to anger or frustration, but this would quickly expand to encompass the entire spectrum of human emotion as more rage faces were contributed to the communal roster. Trollface, Pokerface, Lol Guy, Forever Alone Guy. As the character list grew, so did the narrative and emotional scope of Rage comics.
Like
People
a
coming
sir,
together and
why
building
you
off of
have
each
to
other's
be
ideas to
mad?
create a sprawling, community-driven meme is one of my favorite things about the internet. So I do have a soft spot for Rage comics, and I love, if nothing else, what they represent. 8 out of 10. Now, in 2011, over in China, Wang Nima, who never appears to take off his lol guy mask, would launch Baozhou Manhua, which is Chinese for Rage comics. And he would start telling the story of 7723, a placid, poker-faced robot with only 24 hours of memory. 7723 is an old-fashioned robot working in a convenience store to simply survive, and at the end of every day, he manually purges the last 24 hours from his nearly full memory card. And towards the end of the comic, we learn that the only reason his memory card is full is because he's still holding on to 16 years worth of memories of his previous owner, who is fucking Derpina. The story ends bittersweetly as he contemplates his life, loneliness, and whether it's time to let go of his past. Or maybe he unplugs himself, runs out of batteries, and dies. Honestly, I think it's kind of left up to interpretation. 7723 would become the most popular Rage comic on the site, generating either 10 million hits total or 10 million hits a month. I'm honestly not sure which. And when the team decided it was time to adapt one of their comics into a movie, 7723 was the most logical choice. Specifically, they wanted to make a prequel to the comic titled Baozoba Shi Yi Chaoren, or Rage, Amnesiac Superman. How could they afford to make a movie? Well, it's worth noting that Baozo wasn't just a Rage comic site anymore. It was now a mini-media empire. Wang Nima, who, yes, always looks like that, became one of China's biggest online influencers.
God, honestly, again, it's amazing, like, I mean, of course, you know, an English speaker, I generally only see, like, the English-speaking side of the internet. And, like, I know there are other sides of the internet. Like, I know, you know, going back to, like, you know, Channel Awesome and, you know, the Nostalgia Critic when when there were all the critics and stuff on their site. I specifically remember one of the reviewers on the site was Ben Zai, who's French. In fact, I remember not that long ago, I rediscovered his channel, and now he's just does French review stuff. So yeah, good for him. So it is amazing to remember that. Oh hey, yeah, English is only one of many languages on this planet, and each one of those languages has their own meme culture and stuff like that on the internet. It's kind of like semi-insulated. So the fact you have China with their great Chinese firewall, like, that kind of blocks them off. And the fact you have this entire, like, culture that's literally walled off from the rest of the internet is absolutely wild.
And his talk show, Baozo Big Event, was the most viewed web show in China with 20 billion views. This fucking guy was the Joe Rogan of China. And so, after 6 years of self-funded development, the movie was finally completed. And then everything went to shit. We are going to get to the movie, but honestly, what happens here is...
Wait a second, that looks familiar. Wait, what?
Kind of more interesting than the movie itself. On May 1st of 2018, Chinese President Xi Jinping signed into effect the Heroes and Martyrs Act, making it illegal to even poke fun at notable historic figures from the Communist Party. On May 8th, someone dug up a 4-year-old clip from Baozo Big Event where Wang Nima was joking about school textbooks now featuring product placement in them. The joke was essentially that in these new ad-filled textbooks, Chinese heroes would be sure to name-drop KFC before nobly sacrificing themselves. The joke was essentially more at the expense of capitalist consumerism than the communist heroes he was citing. On May 11th, the movie was sold to Netflix. Hooray! Everything is gonna work out great for Baozo. Just kidding, it does not work out. On May 16th, the Chinese state-controlled media begins airing the 4-year-old clip and essentially brands Baozo and Wang Nima enemies of the state. Wang Nima offers an apology and clarifies the joke, and luckily everyone calms down.
Why do I think that's not going to happen? Yeah, if there's one thing I know about the Chinese Communist Party, it's not, they're not forgiving or, you know, subtle or understanding or any word that has a positive connotation, really.
Just kidding, they do not calm down. On May 17th, every single major website deplatforms them. The Chinese equivalent of YouTube and Twitter bans them. Every video, every comic, every app is gone. Even 7723 is scrubbed from the internet. Baozo are functionally cooked, and the press surrounding them only gets worse and worse. Jumping ahead to September 7th, the movie, now renamed Next Gen, is finally released on Netflix.
Next Gen. I think I remember that. That was based on Rage comics? What? Like, again, like, I never watched the movie in full, but, like, from what I know of the plot, like, that has literally nothing to do with the comic, or at least how Tomska described the comic.
And Baozo hold their breath, hoping that it is a smash hit that will finally save their company and restore their good name. And luckily, that is exactly what happens. Just kidding, it's mid. The movie tells the story of May, an angsty teen with a dead dad in a world hooked on robots. While at the launch event for the latest line of personal assistant bots, May stumbles upon Project 77, a top-secret robot stuffed to the gills with high-tech weaponry and Jim from The Office.
I really enjoyed looking through your personal belongings.
Dude. He's just in there. 77 follows May home, attempting to return her lost backpack, and kills so many people in the process until he is blown up and has his memory chip damaged. And much like the comics, 77 will now have to routinely sift through and purge his memories to avoid shutting down and dying. Once Baymax, I mean 77, tracks down May, she agrees to be his friend on the condition that he helps her kill other robots. I guess she hates them because her mum pays more attention to robots than her. Anyway, they do that, and for some reason these become his cherished memories. Also, the dog swears a lot.
I swear, I will bite your head off.
We learned that
Oh wait, that's this movie! I have seen the clip with this guy saying, oh, I think I should kill, all humans or all people or something on Twitter so many times. I just did not know what movie it came from.
The evil CEO of the evil robot company is, in fact, evil and planning on using his robots to kill all humans.
Yeah, no, I want to kill them. All of them. Most of them. Whatever.
And that the lead scientist of that company has built Project 77 to stop him. So naturally, he kills the scientist, kidnaps May's mum, and reveals that he is also an evil robot. A lot of evil robots. Wang Nima himself actually shows up in the movie, still wearing that fucking mask and doing the show on which he had inadvertently ended his own career. Yay! At the climax of the film, the Iron Giant, I mean 77, chooses to sacrifice his memories to unlock his full combat potential, functionally dying at the end of the film. And they stick with this. There's no Grunkle standing here. His memories don't return, and I do respect the commitment to the bit. The movie looks really pretty, but the narrative and especially the characters could have done with work. There's loads of great action in the movie and a lot of really, really good gags, especially when it comes to the other robots.
Hey! Nope.
I just really wish they'd lent into that more than trying to make a kid-friendly movie, because they definitely did not make a kid-friendly movie.
You know what? That guy.
Okay, I am concerned. And I just can't, my mind keeps going back to the fact that this movie, like, apart from the idea that, oh, a robot who has to, manually delete his memories to save on space, like, this has nothing to do with the comic.
When it comes to incorporation, though, that's where the film really loses all of its points. Hell, at a test screening of an early version of the film way back in 2014, one of the crew even asked what the hell this had to do with the source material. And given that it's adapted from a Rage comic, you'd think there'd be a single reference to Rage comics, bar that fucking mask. But nope. There are doodles of angry faces, characters browsing the internet, and plenty of background opportunities, but nothing.
Literally
it's almost like
nothing.
They were ashamed to acknowledge their origins. And it's not like they're anti-references. They reference Predator. They reference Blade Runner. They reference fucking AOL.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
But the very memes from which they came? Nope.
Nothing.
Boo. Boo, I say. Now, to be fair, 77 does get referred to as 7723 at one point in the movie in a line that is really weirdly chopped up, or that they struggled to sync properly.
7723 is our only hope stopping it.
The only other way to find any
Only hope stopping what?
The acknowledgement of the comic's original title is to use today's sponsor to swap to Spanish Netflix and see the Spanish version of the movie's title, Robot 7723. 6 out of 10 movie, 3 out of 10 incorporation, C tier. Also, while doing our research for this, we learned that the original 7723 comic has been missing ever since President Xi had it purged from the internet, but after a fair amount of digging, we managed to track it down, and that is linked in the description now. And if you want to try and do a better job at translating it than Google could, please be my guest.
Okay. Safety not guaranteed. What?
In a 1997 issue of the Backwards Home magazine, a mysterious stranger left a classified ad seeking a time travel companion. It read,
"Wanted somebody to go back in time with me. This is not a joke. You'll get paid after we return. Must bring your own weapons. Safety not guaranteed. I have only done this once before."
Wait, when did this come out? I have never heard of that one. Though, of course, they got trailer, voiceover guy to do it. Love it.
That mysterious stranger was, in fact, the magazine's own senior editor, John Silveira, who had written it as a joke to fill a blank space in the page, something he had done many times before.
Okay.
Once readers got a chuckle out of it, a concerning amount took it seriously, but it mostly slipped under society's radar until years later when it would be featured on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno.
Wanted somebody to go back in time with me. This is not a joke.
Now, YTMND, or You're the Man Now Dog, is a website that allows you to upload an image, some text, and audio to create a unique, looping, single-service webpage. It's also the thing I've been doing to make the title cards for this series.
Oh, okay.
In 2005...
God, I mean, you gotta love the fact that you have, like old pieces of the internet that are still around like that.
ITMND user Axel Bonbatch took the classified ad, added this photo next to it, and accompanied it with the song Scarface, aka Push It to the Limit. This would prompt another YTMND user to request famed trailer narrator Don LaFontaine to do a dramatic reading of the ad, which would lead to yet another YTMND page.
Safety not guaranteed.
And it would be this page that would catch the eye of screenwriter Derek Connolly. Derek Connolly, you say? Didn't he write Monster Trucks? Didn't he introduce us to Creech? Yes, he did.
Monster Trucks. Oh, God, that's a movie I forgot existed. Wow, okay.
Thanks, Derek. I watched that movie on drugs.
Oh gosh, I touched his eye!
In 2010, Colin Trevorrow was brought on to direct Connolly's script. Hey, that's the guy who wrote He Lost the Star Wars. And in 2012, Safety Not Guaranteed would hit the cinemas. And yeah, it's just a good movie. It tells a touching story about life, regret, and living in the past. And honestly, I can't clown on it at all. I could be like, that's too much Chinese food for 2 people, but yeah, my heart's just not in it. The movie focuses on Grumpy Cat, Spider-Man, and Dopinder, a small group of journalists tasked with getting to the bottom of the original classified ad. They go to the address listed as the P.O. box to hopefully find who wrote it, and oh shit, look, there's John Silveira. He wrote the original ad.
Oh, okay, cool.
A delightful little cameo. They eventually locate the source of the ad, a mullet-toting wannabe time traveler, and the team seek to gain his trust and find out what he's up to. And I don't want to spoil anything else. It's a good movie, and I think you should just watch it. I will say, though, that he does want to travel back to 2001, so I think we know what that means.
Okay, he wants to stop 9/11. Okay.
He wants to see Shrek in cinemas. Good plan. The meme gets a 7 out of 10 from me. You know exactly how much I love any community-driven, collaborative meme, and the movie gets an 8 out of 10 because it's just a good movie. As for the incorporation, that also gets an 8 out of 10 from me because it holds so much reverence to the source material and just gets what made it amusing and alluring in the first place. The only way the movie lets down the meme is that they have a montage at one point and don't use Push It to the Limit. It was right there, guys.
Oh, God, come on.
My God.
We have an actual A-tier meme movie? Honestly, that's unbelievable. I didn't think we were going to get there.
It actually happened. It's so beautiful.
This is fucking intense.
Going 15 miles an hour.
So, is that it? No.
Oh, God.
Not even close. We haven't even talked about Slender Man. We haven't talked about This Man. We haven't talked about Jadun. And we've got to talk about Jadun. God, every time I start a video like this, I tell myself, oh, it's going to be so simple. I'll just watch a few movies and talk about them. How long could that take? Months. So many months. My insatiable need to be thorough and correct will not allow me to half-ass this. When I tell you I'm going to find every meme movie, I mean I'm going to find every meme movie. And
God, so the first one came out 5 months ago. This one came out 2 months ago. So at this current rate, I'm expecting a third movie in a month, Tomska.
When I tell you the history of that meme, it is going to be accurate and verifiable because I am thoroughly diagnosable. But you'd have to catch me first. On that note, I hope you'll join me again for part 3. And if there are any more movies out there that are adapted from memes that you feel like I might have missed, please do let me know. No matter how obscure they are, if they're out there and they match my largely vibes-based definition of what counts as a meme movie, I will find them. Thank you for watching. Tomska out.
Oh, God. Well, that was a roller coaster, was it not? Like, so many bad ones. And yet, there were some in there, like, the fact that there was actually a movie worth an A. It was a meme movie done good. That's honestly astonishing. God. But yeah, that is definitely going to be it for now. So yeah, I hope you guys liked. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you have not. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.